Happy New Year and welcome to Let's Talk Love. This is the discussions where we talk about issues that affect you, your family, issues of love, family and country. And the man next to me, of course, is Professor Herman Manyora, who helps us navigate the issues that we have every day here on Let's Talk Love. Well, as we start the year, there's an issue that I have come across that I'd like Prof to help us make heads and tails of. Prof, there's a story that happened towards the end of 2022. A young woman, not a young woman really, a woman who has been in marriage, the husband dies in a circumstance that she says she doesn't understand, but the man passes on and the woman is left as a widow. She has grown-up kids, she's not a young woman, but now she's saying she's getting a problem getting over the death of this man because of the issues that arise once a woman was been married for such a long time and the man was the head of the family and the man dies suddenly in a very unexpected way, and there is a new host of challenges facing this woman. The issues of the brothers are now moving in. They are eyeing what the man had, and they're trying to disinherit this woman. The woman is saying, being left by this man to have to reorganize the issues of the family so that she can now arise to the position of the head of the family. It proves very hard for women who are left in this situation, Prof. How do you handle a situation where a woman, the death of a man means the woman who is left behind now has to fight a whole new war with the family?
You know, losing a loved one, it should be bad enough. But unfortunately, other things come in to make it worse. So you are mourning a loved one. As is common these days, you must also reckon with issues of even handling the hospital bills, the funeral costs, and a host of other things. But that's not enough. Some people even now make it worse, especially for women, widows, because now the little that has been left behind by the husband becomes a subject of attack and encroachment
from every direction
by people who have false entitlements. I don't know whether this is the kind of cases I know of where people die without having a will, making it even worse.
Without a will.
Yeah, and I think we must encourage our people. I was talking to a young lady, and she was telling me that her friend who had passed on a short while back is partly to blame for the mess she has left the family in, and asked her why, because she didn't leave a will. So I asked her, now if you die today yourself, do you have a will?
Do you? And?
Yeah, I said, how can I have a will? I said, why not?
I'm not dead yet.
No, why not? I have nothing. Now that is where the problem is. I told her, even me, I don't have a will. I also have nothing. But that is the problem we all make.
We believe we don't have enough.
Yeah. Yet the little we leave behind,
it causes
trouble to those we have left behind. So I think the challenge is to all of us. Just like this girl thought she had nothing, that her friend should have left her will. According to her friend had something. Then I asked her about myself. Hey, you have things. I told her, I also feel I have nothing. So I think we must also be open and say the truth and encourage us, all of us, that it never really is that you have nothing. Even that nothing you have, supposing people want it, put down. And because we all will die, it's just that we don't know when we shall die. We need to begin these issues of will.
At what point?
As soon as possible, as early as possible rather. I mean, because it is the moment you get a family, you are still young. The moment you get a family and begin to work, even your pension at work where you'll be working or something like that, that needs to be protected. You need to make it clear. And remember, in one of the shows we have said, couples, especially young couples, should move to formalize their relationship. It doesn't have to be an expensive wedding. So the first step is, you see, maybe this woman is getting problems because I don't have the details. When I talk to people, when people approach me, it's easier Because then I talk with all the details. I try to help people. But at that time, I have as much detail as important. Sometimes the problem arises from the fact that the marriage was not quite a marriage. And therefore, they are outsiders, intruders, who gain entry, brothers to the husband. Say you are never the husband, you are never a wife to our to our brother.
There's nothing to
Look
show.
here, you have 2 children, but he has 6 others. He has 3 other marriages. So which is which? You have no entitlement. So by the starting place will be people formalizing a relationship. So the suffering the woman could be going through is maybe because the marriage she was in was not formal. That's number one. And then on top of that, one would also need to have some kind of will that gives a general direction. In case I'm not there, if I disappear from the picture, the little I have, that nothing I have, let it go this way and this way. So those are some of the challenges women get, and they are much more to women than men.
More than
Because
men.
of societal modes of looking at things.
And it gets bad, Prof, because I'm from central Kenya, where brothers couldn't even kill themselves, where people are plotting to kill their brother or have them killed so that you can take their land
Yes.
once the dad dies.
Yes,
and
yes.
you're saying these are coming from, most Kenyans don't feel like writing a will is something for them
Yes,
because
yes.
of their level of education.
I have seen widows go through a lot of hell. I know widows who have said, Kana yo shamba, kama it's the land that's giving me these nightmares, take it. I know for a young girl, I wouldn't mention her, she works in post office. A young, beautiful girl. She has 2 beautiful children. The husband was from a very rich family. If I mention the family, you cannot even believe it. You cannot believe it. Each one of you here would know the family. But she's living from hand to mouth with her little salary.
The reason?
She's been disinherited. It's also bad for women when they are young like that one. Maybe people in the family want to take advantage of her also. And you know, in Western Kenya, it is a question of some people still believe in inheritance. You inherit the woman.
Inheriting
So the
the-
challenges to women are more, but they should be made less by formalizing marriages, having will, to the extent possible. I'm using the word extent possible. Whenever there is property, let's try and have this property registered jointly sometimes. Not everything, but to the extent possible. The bottom line, I'm trying to say this. Let's protect our spouses.
When they are alive and when they are not.
Yeah, let's protect them. Let's imagine a situation, you are there, your husband has died. Huh? How does he ensure when the woman remains alone, you are there, you are protected? And vice versa. Women also die. And sometimes there are situations where, for some reason, or under certain arrangements, maybe it's a woman who seems to hold the property. Either she came from a well-off family, she has a better paying job,
Or the man lost his
or it is just that we can agree. When we buy property, I can put it in your name. For whatever reason, or even joint. And the man may be left a pauper. As the family of the girl, the woman come in, repossess everything, lay claim to everything, take the children. So we need to protect ourselves. Only recently had an issue like that in the family. And I wouldn't want those kind of things to affect anybody else, because it delayed the burial and the issues. We still have issues to sort out. So formalize your marriage, do a will as early as is possible, and always try to imagine life without you.
It's scary though, Prof.
No,
Most
it's
Africans
scary, but
are scared of it.
those are the realities.
Most Africans think they're inviting death.
And then, I don't know this woman's story, because I've had similar stories when I talk to people. There are also stories where men still don't believe a woman can take care of their property well. So, here is a man ailing. Here is a man ailing, and these days there's cancer, there's what, and you can know your days are numbered. You know it. Many people are there who know they are not going to live long. You have a disease, you know, it could take you away anytime. You have lifelong diseases and they are becoming very challenging, you know. Anytime you may not wake up from bed. And yet you don't want to trust your wife. So what do? You rely more on your brothers. You see, now you are creating trouble for your wife. So you share more with your brothers about your property. I have a friend who went through a very bad stroke. He was hospitalized for 9 months. There was a scare. His brothers were already sharing his property. They thought he was dead.
Still in
It's a real story, yeah. They thought he was dead.
Jesus.
I can actually bring him to one of these. I should bring Eliud here to the show.
He survived.
Yes, he survived the
Yes,
stroke.
I think we need that story
Yes. He's a fairly rich man.
here.
After surviving the stroke, he realized the brothers were in the process of transferring, disinheriting the wife. So what did he do now? He has put his property in the name of the first son. So these are the challenges that some men have even a problem, especially those who have property. Believing and trusting a woman can take care of your property. How? The mother of your children. How? So that there are some even who do will and they are putting things in strangers and your wife is there. You entrust strangers with your property. Even the so-called this trust to run estates. We are already having issues with those ones of, I think, Jenga. Is it Jenga Karume or it was one of those ones? Yeah, I think it's Jenga Karume. Where foreigners could be having a field day over your property and you had your own family. You know, we must also learn to be like Waindi and the Wazungu, where property belongs to the family, so that in perpetuity,
You keep it in the family.
you bring
Even
the
Jews do
children
that.
close to your property. They understand what you do. Make your wife part and parcel of that. Make your husband part and parcel. There are women with the property. Their wives, their husbands are so far. I'll bring this topic later. I'll discuss it later.
Okay.
Share with the audience. But look, if you went to offices, to pension schemes, I work with the University of Nairobi. We have Unipen, University Pension Scheme. If you went to that place in the offices and someone gave you access to the files of members, you will get very shocking.
Why?
Eh?
What's happening there?
My friend. You find a woman has left, you are asked how you distribute your pension in percentages, to who and how are you related.
In case of your death.
So one woman, and this is an ideal situation, Pauline
Ideal.
from Ngong, she has just written one, she showed me just one courier, the husband.
Just that.
100%. So I asked her, why not like other people? So what? This is the only man I know in life. He's a man I've grown up with. This is me and I'm him and he is me.
We are one.
Who else would I put my 100%?
But men don't do that.
Now, on the other extreme now, there are women, and I've seen, because see, they pass in the office when they ask for them, sometimes you glance your eye like
it's
that.
in your face.
Others even show you. Many women put their men nowhere near their pension. Nowhere. That form.
No.
The man is missing.
Not even 1%?
Not even 1%.
Why?
You see, so these are issues we create for ourselves.
Maybe it's distrust.
Now-
Maybe this person is doing
Now here you are. You are a married woman. You have some good pension and some good property. You are put in the names of your children, and your husband is here, who understands you, who can take care of the family if you went in the event of a sudden death, or death is not unlikely. Death happens.
Yes.
So that it may come earlier than you would have expected. Nobody wants death to come, but it comes. So now, here is a man watching children destroy the property of the home. He has no say because the woman was not trusting enough to trust the husband. Ati ameweka kwa watoto yake. These are some of the things we create for ourselves. We must allow love to drive relationships. If you are in a relationship with a woman, she's part of you. Love binds you together.
You're one.
You are one. how then do you not trust that one with your property?
With your money and you're dead.
Now, so that if you die now, other people have a field day.
With it, strangers,
Strangers.
outsiders.
But there are even worse stories. There are stories where a man can be evicted from a home. Because now by way of the will or something like that, it falls in the hands of a son, not the husband.
Yeah.
And the son is selling the home. I've seen one in Ngong.
Kwani, is it the Indian arrangement where it's the woman who pays down?
No, I'm saying there are cases where there are many cases where it's the women who have money.
Yeah, it's true.
You can be some miserable teacher like me and marry some woman who is an engineer on the road, and all this money they are stealing, making from Chinese contracts, and not have you. She has millions, hundreds of millions.
She has
And you are a miserable teacher like me. So everything in the home will be us. So if she chooses to put it in the hands of children and not you, and unfortunately she dies, you will watch as children destroy these things,
It's so embarrassing.
including the home. So love must build trust. Your wife is your friend, and your friend you love.
And her money is your money.
Her money is your money. Your money is all these things you are saying. I know they are just because, just in summary, marriages maybe are not formalized. There are no wills, and where there is a will, mistrust makes a man trust the brothers more than the wife. You know there are many such cases where men would rather, if they died, their brother handled their property. By the time you are coming to think like that, do you really care for your wife? Do you
Or
love her?
children.
You don't love her. You don't care for her. How can you bring your brother is a stranger in your home? You get that kind of thing.
I do.
So I think that woman could be having one of those, because I didn't talk to her. But these are general observations we can make.
Well, whoever is in such a situation, I think they could take a lot from the discussion.
So that the takeaway in this particular short video is that let us always imagine situations when we are not there, because we are mortal. We can die. We shall die, and we can die anytime, and we don't know when we will die.
Set a house in order.
It is always important to seek to protect those we live with, children and spouses. But even then also, much more so, there are situations that are clearly of flashpoint nature. Clearly you can see this is a troubled place. Let's say you have a wife. She has not given birth. You've been stayed with her maybe for 10, 15, 20 years. She's your wife. You can clearly see if you died, this woman will be chased away the first day.
You know.
Those are some flashpoints, obvious trouble kind of areas. You know?
Loose threads.
A woman came into your life with children, maybe you don't have any with her, or she just has one of you as an, there are obvious things that when if you died, and vice versa for the woman.
Red flags. You can
A man
tell.
has come into your life, you already have a family, maybe your husband died or you divorced, or you never had married before, you are a single lady. The man doesn't have money like where you are. You know certainly it will be like Mbugu and Wamboyo Otieno, that the moment you die, this miserable man will be kicked out of the home. So those are things you can already see are a trouble. You can see trouble. So those are if you love the people, then you begin to protect them. Just like a man who marries a young girl, maybe as a second wife, a third wife, or your first wife, or maybe you are a widower and you marry a young wife. Sure, unless you protect her. You are 60, you are 70, and the girl is 20-something, 30. Unless you protect her, she will suffer if you die. And all things remaining equal, you are more likely to die before her.
Before her.
So and the Wazungus know those kind of things.
They prepare.
They prepare, you are a 70-year-old man, you are married a young girl, you protect her by the will. Yeah.
Let's end it there. All right, friends, that's the discussion. There's not much to add. Prophet said it as he always says it, straight, and as you need to hear it. You need to set your house in order, because you don't know what day and what hour you will live. I'll see you next time. My name is Kimadi.